Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. We're going right out to Madison, Wisconsin, the scene of dueling rallies for the state's bottom line. Mike Tobin is there. Mike, can you tell us what the latest is?
Well, the latest that we found out, Judge, is one of the things they're trying to do here is keep the numbers up, particularly on the pro-union, anti-Walker side, with the intention of keeping as much pressure on Governor Walker as possible. Now, that creates a difficulty when you've got to show up at work. So how are they getting around that? Sick days and doctor's notes to back them up. These were being handed out on the street. No illness necessary, few questions asked. So easy to obtain. Our producer got one.
So what do I do? So I just take your name and your birth date here. We write down the dates. This is for our record, and then I'll give you a letter here.
So do I need to sign anything? I mean, what do I just bring it into? Who do I bring it into?
To your employer.
Now, the state employees' contract says it's illegal for them to strike or have work stoppages. So one of the ways to get around it, the sick days and the doctor's notes. We checked out the name of the doctor who signed this particular note, Judge. She does check out with the University of Wisconsin Family Medical Center, Family Medical Program. Judge?
All right, so this appears to be a real doctor. Is that right?
Yeah, from our preliminary checking, and there's an ID number here at the bottom, and the name syncs up with some of the records that we were able to pull up.
All right. Now, let's talk about those Dems who are on the lam. What's going on with them? Are they ever expected back?
Well, it's pretty interesting. They've indicated that they want to come back, but the two sides aren't coming together at all, particularly as it relates to collective bargaining. Now, you know, the 14 of the Democrats left. They're mostly in Illinois. If only one of them comes back, they have a quorum. Governor Walker knows if as soon as he's got a quorum, he's got the votes to get this bill passed through the Senate. So it's very unlikely at this stage of the game we're going to see the Senate Democrats start coming back into Wisconsin, because once they get back here, there is a legal remedy for the governor to force them into the chambers.
Well, you know, Mike, what's so incredible about this? I know federal prosecutors who would indict you for less. I mean, this is the taxpayers' money paying these legislators, and they're on the lam in another state. It's called pretty much the deprivation of honest services, theft of services. It's crazy.
You know, I lost
the
end of your question there because...
Thanks so much, Mike. Thanks for that report. I'm going to go right now to Deneen. Deneen, you now are saying that, or there are people who are saying that this whole thing that's going on with the teachers union is basically an assault on the teachers union, to use President Obama's language. Is it that extreme?
The assault, I think, is on the taxpayers of Wisconsin, because they are the ones who are footing the bill for these unavailable funds for the union benefits. So clearly something needs to be done, and I think this should happen in even more states across the country, because it's an uprising of the American people. They can't afford these obligations, and something clearly needs to be done.
Well, and it appears that the other states are going to be following this. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I believe Ohio and Indiana. I think really it needs to be done in New York, New Jersey, and California. So those are states that are really hurting right now. And regarding Wisconsin, I applaud Governor Scott Walker for his efforts in trying to bring fiscal responsibility to Wisconsin.
All right, I'm going to bring in some of our other guests who are on satellite. We've got Matt Batzel, as well as, who else do we have here, guys? Matt Batzel, who's the director of Wisconsin's American Majority, which organized the protester for Governor Walker, and of course Deneen Borelli, who's with us here, who is a Fox News contributor. Now, let me go to Matt Batzel. Matt, why is it okay to take back benefits of some government workers like school teachers, but not police and firefighters and state troopers?
Well, thank you for having me on. American Majority organized this rally today to stand behind Governor Walker because of the financial crisis that this state is in. Now, Governor Walker was elected to make tough choices. He's made those tough choices here in Wisconsin, and other people around the country have been supporting us and supporting Governor Walker because they want their elected officials to make the tough choices. Here in Wisconsin, Governor Walker has chosen to do it this way. Other places, they want them to adjust the wasteful spending that is going on throughout the rest of the country as well.
All right. Well, let me ask you about what's going on with some of these individuals who are saying that they're sick and they're not really sick. And of course, under state law, it appears that that is it's illegal for them to strike.
Yes, I mean, with these notes that they have, it seems that the doctors are just providing cover for the people so that they can provide these to the school districts. I know that there have been FOIA requests submitted, asking for these doctors' notes, which now are being given out just freely if you're on the street. Some people I've talked to today here got them for free.
All right. Now, Mike Langyel is the president of the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association. Now, Mike, I'll ask you the same question. It is against the law for teachers to strike. And you just saw that introduction. It appears that in Wisconsin, there are people handing out sick notes so they can get around the striking aspect of the law, which, of course, is illegal. You think that this is appropriate for teachers to be breaking the law?
Our teachers are exercising their First Amendment rights to participate in the political process. What's important to us is to make sure that our students have adequate funding and that we can collectively bargain for better school conditions. And our members are going down to Madison to make sure that the democratic process works.
Well, there's no question that the democratic process and the First Amendment is important, but at the same time, there are laws that make it illegal for teachers to strike. But is this really about teachers, or is it about the unions?
It's really about our students. We have a professional opportunity to advocate for our students.
But if it's about our students, Mike, if it's about our students, why aren't the teachers in the classroom teaching?
Well, I will tell you this, our teachers will not be able to teach with 35 and 40 in a classroom if this governor gets away with what he's trying to do. We are here fighting for our students so that we can teach, so we can have textbooks, so we can have librarians. That's why we're in Madison, so that we can teach.
Well, obviously, everybody supports teachers. They have a very important role in our society. But the question is, we've got kids who are not being taught. We've got legislators who are being paid and are on the lam with state troopers looking for them in another state. I mean, this is craziness. Deneen, you're shaking your head. You agree?
Yeah, all of that. And you have the President of the United States who is really bolstering, fanning the flames with this issue, which is very irresponsible on his part. And I'm very disappointed in how he's handled this.
All right. Thanks, Mike, Mac, and Deneen. And up next, we're taking